Hi everyone, it's Lisa with Serenity Love here. And I'm coming on to bring forth some information that I was nudged to help explain to the collective. And it was something that I had personally asked because I wanted to get more information on and have an understanding of. And I also recognize that this is the tip of the iceberg for this question. So, so there may be much more to come. Anyway, this topic today, I am going to, somewhat quickly, I guess, kind of walk through the message that I was given in regards to what is lack. I asked specifically, I said, describe lack to me in all ways you can, please. And so it is my understanding that there's a lot of people that do not know what lack is, and how then also 111 how it impacts us. So and then what to do about it, right? Like how can we release it? How can we heal from it, and that sort of thing. So that was my second question. But this first video, because this will be a two-part. Okay, but this first video, this one today that you're here on, this video is going to talk about what lack is, what Spirit says lack is, okay? The tip of the iceberg of what Spirit says lack is, because there is much more to this than this, but this is a good place to start, okay? So thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. And thank you, Spirit, for this information, because it is really important. And as we begin to understand more about lack, it will make so much more sense as to how so many things impact our lives. Okay? So stick with me here. And if you have questions, please put them in the comments, because if I don't know the answer, I will ask on our behalf and reply to you. Okay? This is a really important topic, and I'm glad you're here. Okay? So first and foremost, and I wrote in big letters, lack is the opposite of love. It is the opposite of love, of unconditional love. It is the opposite. So anything kind of what I'm gathering is pretty much lack is anything negative. But being most specific, okay, this is what they said. Okay. It creates confusion and lack of clarity. And please forgive me, I have 2 pages here, so I'm going to be looking down a lot to read and then try to give some interpretation or what have you if it is needed, right? Okay. So it creates indecision. It throws you off balance and blocks you from wanting to release it. Now that's big. So it takes you out of balance, out of your emotional balance even, and it makes you just feel like you don't have the time, you don't have the desire to release it. You're just okay with it being here. And that is so not what we want, right? It takes over those thought processes. Okay? It doesn't want you to love yourself. It doesn't want you to love yourself. And it makes you speak and feel the opposite of this. So if you are feeling anything other than love for yourself, it is lack. And it needs to be released. Its biggest victory, hear me when I say this, its biggest victory is to take you off your temple path, off of your soul path, off of the path of the sun. That is its biggest victory, is to keep you away from the sun. Because the sun is our way home. And if you can't follow the sun or see the sun, be guided by the sun, you won't get there. And so its biggest victory is to keep you off that path. That was huge when I heard that. It makes so much sense. It can close the door to your personal healing and happiness. Okay? It can take things away from you that are important to you. It makes you believe you are weak, when in fact, truthfully, you are powerful and strong. But it makes you believe you are weak and you're not capable of this, that, and whatever else. That's not true. Okay? And that goes right into, it has you believe that you aren't worthy of your blossoming abundance. As you believe this, you stop calling it forward. 555. It makes you believe that you aren't worthy. And abundance is everything of divine nature. Not just finances. It's love, it's peace. It's your guidance. It's everything that the divine can provide and is providing to you. It makes you feel not worthy of it. And you stop calling it forward. And when you stop calling what you want and need forward, and the negativity comes in, what comes your way? It's not the abundance that you want and need. It's robbing you of it, and you let it. That is lack. So we'll call it what it is, and know that you are worthy no matter your choice. No matter a previous choice, you are still worthy. Keep going, get up and go again. Learn the lesson. Keep moving. It can close down your heart chakra and cause enough chaos in and around you to create devastation in your life. It's powerful, nasty energy. It creates karmic contracts that you need to clear and heal from. It will also blind you to your own personal truths. It can make you believe money is more important than love. It's not. It's not. That's lack. If you believe in your abundance and you believe and put your faith and trust and love, whatever you need will come your way. You must just keep calling it forward, and you must believe in it. What we believe becomes our truth. It becomes our reality. And I know this so hardcore. It takes control of your thoughts, creating a false timeline. And the inability to be patient with yourself and others. It creates a host of other problems. It can shut down your connection to spirit. It does. It absolutely can shut down your connection with spirit. Your ability to hear what is needed to do next. Because it's taking you off your path. It creates emotional instability. It creates emotional instability. And then when we aren't in control, when we aren't stable and can understand what's happening emotionally, we can go to the future and become very anxious and overwhelmed easily. We can fall back into the past over memories that don't serve any purpose anymore. We need to learn from those and stay present in this moment, right? Present, right here, right here. It blocks you from feeling appreciation. And in fact, it can go as far as making you feel ungrateful for something that you should absolutely be grateful for. It takes your power for its own gain. We all have power. We all have the light of God within us. And it will take that power from us. It takes our personal light for its own personal gain. And makes you feel powerless in doing so, that you can't stop it, that there's nothing you can do about it, which is also false. And it will close down the door to spirit, your connection, in the process. Okay? So spirit wants you to know and understand that it does provide storm warnings. So if you are connected to your body and you can feel the energy building, it's time to release it, right? Like do you ever feel uncomfortable? Can you feel that in your gut, in your abdomen, maybe a heaviness in your shoulders? You just, energy on your back, or you can feel it go into your head. That's all a part of lack. It's all hostile energies, and those are storm warnings saying, hey, clear this out before it really wreaks havoc in your life. Okay? So that's the positive side of this, is that God is showing you that there is something you need to take care of here. Okay? So pay attention to those storm warnings. Let's see, where was I? Okay, but it says, pay attention to storm warnings, but one must take advantage of these, or the energy can grow. Will grow, in fact, sometimes quite quickly. So you have to combat it. It says you can combat these energies by speaking the opposite to what you've been thinking negatively that's been bringing these energies in. So the moment that you've thought something that was not of love and you recognize it, call your power back and speak the opposite to it immediately. Immediately. It counteracts the hostile energies, and it takes your power back. And pay attention to those. You need to recognize when you're doing it, right? But you have to take action quickly. And they said this, you must take action quickly, or you could end up all tied up emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, etc., right? Okay? It blocks you from seeing the positive, loving, adjacent possibilities that are there. Anything that, instead of, it makes you focus on one thing. It says your mind is telling you this is the way that it is, and it can't be anything else. And that this thing that is making you believe is negative. It blinds you. It puts like blinders on for you to not be able to see adjacent possibilities, other possibilities, positive, loving possibilities, anything other than this negativity that is, it's got you focused on. It blocks that. It makes you turn away from the sun and question things she says, does, and tries to help you with. That also is very, very important. So if you feel disconnected from the sun, if you feel disconnected from God, you feel disconnected from the earth, from your own spirituality, from yourself, that's all the sun. That's all God. And lack will disconnect you from that, from your connection to that as a whole, to one connectiveness. We need to release lack, and you'll have that connection will come back. Okay. It opens the door wide for false goddess energy such as envy, jealousy, and greed, and which is also self-interest. Okay. Wrath and fear. It opens the door for these, which can create physical pain in our bodies, literally, and discomfort amongst emotional and spiritual pain as well. So it's a very, very uncomfortable energy to be housing, and we don't want to mess with it. And we need to purge it. 444. We need to purge it as quickly as we can, as we recognize it. And it's housed in a lot of different ways. So as you see it, heal it, release it, move it on. So lack are very aggressive, hostile energies. They cause physical pain, discomfort. Oh, I read this. Sorry, I didn't read that first part. Okay, so it's very aggressive, hostile energy. So Spirit says, use your strategies, okay, to release and heal through these, because it is pure deceit. It's 100% lies. It's not the truth, but it's having you believe it is, but it's not. It takes control over your thoughts. See, I said this earlier. It takes control over your thoughts and what it wants you to focus on, taking you outside of the present moment, okay? And we mentioned this before. I talked about this earlier. It takes you outside the present moment into the future, creating anxiety and feelings of overwhelmness, or brings you from into the past, into memories that are painful and serve you no positive purpose anymore. Okay, we just need to stay present, stay right here in this moment. It doesn't want you to heal and transform, and it will do 1616. It will do everything in its power to keep you from doing that, because the only power it has, the only light that is left for it to take and to use is yours. So we have to call our power back, stand in our strength, and release all of this lack. Release it all. Heal through this. Move forward. As it is not good energy to house. It's not. Okay. It says, so push past resistance and let love fill in the spaces where lack has been present in your life. Okay. Allowing for the transformation you seek. Tearing down walls around your heart in the meantime. Okay. Let's tear those walls down that have been put up because of lack. It tears you away from the community you seek and are healing towards. So the positive healing, one connectiveness, that connection to God, to Spirit, to universe, to the sun, whatever word you want to use and how you want to frame it, regardless, it tears you away from that. It reinforces lack of love and nurturement towards yourself. It reinforces the lack of love and nurturement towards self. It does not want you to love yourself, because before you can love others truly, it begins here. So if you can't love yourself, you can't love others, and if you can't love others, then what are we doing? We're in lack. It brings out greed and shows you justifications for this. So self-interest, greed. And in doing so, it's caging your heart. It's building these walls. It's building up barriers, blocking you from love. And it can shut down your throat chakra, so you can't call forward what you want and need. I've talked a lot about this, and I've mentioned this many, many times in many, many videos about how important it is to speak your world into being. And our thoughts are very important, right? But when we physically, we can hear ourselves speak it. We speak it out loud. We speak it. It becomes so powerful. And it's really, really vital that we speak our world into being. And so to be mindful, aware of what we are speaking into our reality, right? What is it you're calling forward? What is it that you are speaking? Is it positive, abundance, an abundant mind? Do you have an abundant mindset? Or is it not that? And lastly, they left me with, it blocks your ability to see the bigger picture, right? Why we're learning and why are we learning these lessons? Why we're here to learn these lessons? Why it's important to find unconditional love and be unconditional love. It will block you from it all. Okay? Well, I thought this was going to be a quick video. I actually truly did. I thought, okay, I'm going to just read through this. It's going to be like 5 minutes and boom, done. Nope. 20 minutes into this, and really, honestly, I know this is the tip of the iceberg, and this is really important. I encourage you, listen to this again. Make some notes. Things that resonate with you are, you know, what you've heard here. Things that, you know, immediately catch your attention are things that are important for you to focus on at this time. Okay? Lack, again, ending this, lack is the opposite of love. It is the opposite of love. So where there is lack, there is not love. All right? I hope this is helpful, because I know that it sure has been helpful for me. I've been hearing all about it, and I know what lack feels like when it comes in, but the true understanding, like trying to put it in perspective of something that I could quantify, was important for me. And as I sat down to talk to Spirit this evening, it just came to me. I was like, oh, I should share this information. Why should I keep this to myself? No way. That my whole point is to be a guide. And sure enough, they wanted me to share this. And so thank you very much for making it through this video. I know this is one of my longer ones, definitely an important one. Now, part 2 is going to be the video on well, I'll tell you the question, and then you'll have to come to this video to get this answer. But the second question part of this was, how do I clear lack from my energy? Okay? Stay tuned. That will come up next. I love you. Thank you from my heart to yours. Take care.